What's up? I'm here to take some notes, man. Get to the right quadrant for me. We're going to make some progress, money. Make some progress with this money. So.
Yo, is this thing on? Is it on? Hello?
Hello, are you guys here?
Yeah, y'all on here, man. What's up?
I'm here. What's going on? I was waiting on y'all to say something.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm waiting on y'all. Everybody's being quiet. I thought there was an order already picked up.
Nah. It's no real order. It's just the idea of being respectful. So if you're not talking, mute your microphone. And if you are talking, I'm gonna make sure that you respect it. And I just want to know, like, what did y'all feel about the book? We're referencing the cash flow quadrant. And this is by Robert Kiyosaki. And it's all about being an employee, small, self-employed, owning a business where you like employ people, or being an investor. So I'm just trying to get some information on the family, like, where are you at? Like, why don't you got a job? How you having big business and investing in things of that nature? And how do you get out the employee sector? But just talking about the book as a whole, I just want to get some feedback.
Okay, then we everybody read chapter 1, right? So everybody did get the intro and chapter 1 knocked out.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
From chapter 1, what was the main story that y'all got from chapter 1? Did y'all hear about?
This mindset.
Short term and thinking long term.
Okay, short term thinking, long term
Pretty
thinking.
much one thinking long term. One was thinking for the long term buck, but the other one was just thinking for the quick buck, like what he could do right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so could you decipher the differences between the mindsets of the two different people? He distinguished the two people by quadrants. Could you tell which quadrant each individual was?
Yes.
Yes, you could.
So what quadrant were each of you guys like more?
So the guy.
What quadrant were each of you guys more privy to?
For me, it's
ENS.
the E and the S. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm definitely
So
ENS.
So
That's fair.
Lakeisha, can you explain? I'm gonna mute everybody and I'm gonna bring you to the center and just kind of explain this E and S paradigm that you in, so we can just get some perspective and just kind of go like one at a time on just like
Okay.
what it represents to each of us all to be in whatever quadrant that we're in.
Okay. Well, for me, a job. So the generation of my income is coming from my employer, but I also have a small business. I have a franchise where I do credit as well. So that right there is a small business. So that's how I'm in the E and S quadrant.
Okay. And so do you have like dreams of getting like elevating from the S? Because the S for a lot of people is just like, major. Like,
Right. See, I always thought that being in the S quadrant, I guess I never looked at it from that perspective of being in the S quadrant, but I always thought that that's what you wanted to. And why I started my business is so that way I could be self-employed. But the more I began to work my business, because mind you, it's a franchise, I realized that I'm really still not in 100% control of how much money I make. My money is still coming from someone else paying me out. You know, if I needed it right now, it's still not going to come to my hand right now. So, and that was the reason why I realized that I no longer want to be in the E and S quadrant, that I prefer to be on the B and I side.
all right. And I got some questions for you, but I'm gonna come back to you. And Hancho, where are you at in the quadrant? Where are you at in the sector? Because I know you do a lot of the B and I. So this is like another side to the E and S. So we got the E and S, but then we also got the B and I want to speak to that.
Yes, I am in the B and the I, but I also dabble in the S quadrant as well. I play in 3 different quadrants, me personally. I prefer the B quadrant because I get to work with a bunch of people. This group is, for me, is about, the B quadrant and really building, the mindset of people converting from the S quadrant from the E and S quadrant to the B and I. But I hang out in the B and the I quadrants myself. I look for ways that I could flip my money, and I'm looking for opportunities to create businesses. My history, I started my first business when I was 16. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad and this cash flow quadrant book when I was 16 years old. So this journey of financial wealth started for me when I was a lot younger. And instead of going to college and finding jobs, I started business after business, hustle after hustle until, it got to a point to where I actually developed a solid business. And it took a lot of years. It took, they say put 10 years, 10,000 hours. I may have put like 25,000 hours, but I definitely did the 10 years. And it took about 10 years to get to the point to where I was totally living off my businesses, to where like now, not only do I have a business and I make decent money, but my friends are working for me and working with me, and they're expanding their own homes and their businesses. And that's when I started to dabble from self-employed to the business quadrant. And I've been in the B and I quadrant permanently going on about 4 years now. Yeah, close to about 4 or 5 years now. Everybody to me has the opportunity, just with a little awareness, to convert to any quadrant they choose to, but it's all about your awareness. It's all about what you know, not even what you can do or what skills you have. It's just about what you know. Just changing tax, like I said the other day, changing tax documents on your employee, on your W-2, changing your tax documents on your W-2 changes you from an employee to a self-employed person immediately. Then you get every dollar on your check from then on out. But that's just a little awareness.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm done though. I'll let someone else talk.
Sure. Kevin, you know a lot about money, but you low key, you don't be saying shit. Kevin, you on the line. I need you to speak to this money thing, because you got a strong handle on it, but you don't be really saying much about how you handle money and things of that nature. Can you, sprinkle us with a little game?
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? Yeah, I mean, for me, I would say I was more on the left side, the E and the S. But with my mindset now, within the last few months, I do want to dabble more into the B and the I side. Because like the repetition of working for somebody else, the lack of control, the lack of freedom, things like that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking to expand to. So that's why I'm just here to learn, listen, take some notes.
For sure. Me as well. Like, that's really what I'm here for. And I'm just trying to just kind of break the ice with everybody that's on the line. Tia, what's some of your financial goals that you have? And thank you for that, Kevin, for sprinkling us with your, let us know that you here in the building.
Oh yeah. I'm not just I'm here.
For sure. Tia, you there? What's some of
Yeah,
your
I'm here.
financial goals and like, just why you even joined the book club and like what are you interested in? Like what is your like expertise and specialty in the financial realms and things of that nature?
I don't have any expertise. Like I'm in the S quadrant because I have my own business.
That's an expertise. See, even in the book, they say you can be rich or poor in all four quadrants. You can be an
Yeah,
employee and be a major boss out here and,
yeah,
be looking way better than a business owner. So, pat yourself on the back, sis, but go ahead.
yeah. But I want to move over to the B column because like even though I have these two businesses, like I want to get some employees and then have other locations and then move on to some other business ideas that me and my husband want to do. So I'm trying to get over to the other side.
Mhm,
But I just joined this because like I had read Rich Dad Poor Dad years ago, but I didn't really do
mhm,
anything with it. But
right.
now that I'm revisiting this and then reading this book, I didn't read this book before, but this is really giving me some more ideas.
Dope. Yeah, and that's really what it's about because I feel like we all have some base knowledge with Rich Dad Poor Dad, but let's try to execute and really do something with the information because it's like it's a good book to read, but I think it would be an even more powerful book if it was applied. And this is just an initiation or an introductory period, but shit, I'm gonna be here discussing this shit every week or every 2 days if that's how y'all want to do it. But that's one of the tables that's on the discussion. What is the frequency for which we want to meet and discuss that? But I'll save that towards the end or save that for the Slack. But Jazz, business owner extraordinaire, and I'm giving everybody the props because everybody, as soon as I'll be like, you're an expert in finance, they be like, well, I ain't no damn expert. I don't own no damn business. And y'all are going against me speaking shit into existence and shit, but that's okay. Jazz, the
Right.
business owner extraordinaire. What's going down?
Man, I'm learning, man. I'm learning.
uh,
Being able to stay in the just in the employee section for so long, we're not really thinking about business or putting ideas out there, but then finding people that are on the ground that actually have businesses and then being able to learn from that. And to see one thing is that we get online and we put these ideas out here, but then I want to find people and I want to start making moves that
right.
correlate with what I'm learning though. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So like Honcho has to slow me down a little bit because I just be like, shit, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, but
like,
that's good though. I mean, it's that time. We already talked about it, Jazz. Making the moves and things of that nature. So it's definitely that time, brother. So ain't no
I
slowing
know, man.
down. It's time to speed up.
I know. Like in December and January, I was like, okay, it's Capricorn season. I'm about to hit the ground running. And then Rona was like, shit, sit down. Now I'm just like, all right, look, I'm about to. And so I'm like, shit, I'm about to get this information.
You're
and
right.
You know what I mean? Just go, man. Just go. This is just go time. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Wake up with this vision on my mind. And just start executing on everything that I have. But I got all this shit that's just percolating in my mind. And now it's just time to execute on everything and make sure that I'm solid in my execution though,
Hey bro, like I'm in the car with you. So, if you in the car, I'm in the car, ain't nowhere to go, but take this ride, fam. So, everything that you saying, I'm, I'm digesting. You feel me? I understand and everything that you're saying, I fully understand. Honcho understand. And some of these types of situations where it's a reason for all of this. You feel me? It might not be, the things that you might think is for, but it's definitely a reason for everything. And, thank you, Jazz. And we're going to come back to you and we're going to, just want to get everybody included, let everybody know that they here and we see them. Brother Ra, you read the first chapter, you was in a situation, ES type of situation. Where's your financial goals at? Because maybe I feel like in your lifetime, you probably been on all 4 quadrants at a particular place in time, you know?
Here you go with that bullshit. Don't even start that. I would say ES, and I am very intrigued with the possibility of the B. The I is still a question mark, and I'm just keeping it all the way 100 just because I haven't gotten that far yet.
1,000.
Realistically, for myself, I would have to say that I might be one of the oldest, if not the oldest on the panel, but at the same time, I think I have shown the least amount of, how do you say, responsibility with my finances in that regard, as far as all of the business aspects pertaining to it. I've been an employee more than half my life, but based on circumstance as opposed to choice. Only thing I have dabbled in and out of with the aspect of being able to join a person, one-on-one.
Right.
Store. You understand? Like, I feel like the responsibility that comes with spending this type of capital, we have to respect all people that are involved. You understand? So like, I don't want to take chances with people's lives. You dig me? Like, I like to minimize that aspect of the risk. You dig me? Like, it's one thing to put the money up and say, hey, whether I win or lose, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to go big. It's another thing that when you're taking another person to their pocket, like it's just two different aspects as far as I'm concerned. Because when you add the money, that's when everything gets funny. So I'm the real sponge here. I'm the real sponge here. I'm trying to learn from y'all. I'm very new to this. I've been spiritual more than half my life, but I'm just now putting it into actualization. So I just want to learn from y'all. So
salute. Right. Salute. Appreciate you, Rob. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Lakeisha and Hancho do a majority of the speaking, because I just personally feel like they got a lot of this information kind of down pat. What I'm doing is just bringing everybody into the fold, letting everybody know that they hear and things of that nature. Now, there's one person in the chat I can't really introduce, and I feel like they might be, the major key in this whole situation. 863. I want to. Who are you? You've been on mute. I just see the phone number, but I want to get a name, attach some type of name. It don't got to be a real name, but maybe a nickname. And you can unmute yourself and bring yourself to the forefront if you don't mind. And if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine too. Hancho, bro. Kick us the business, man. Because
I was looking at something that I thought was interesting with this chart.
Go ahead.
Right? Okay. The way in which the quadrant is aligned, everybody here is here. Yeah, we talking finances. But I noticed how just this quadrant correlates with the astrological natal chart, anybody's chart. The first house, if you look at the way in which it's set up, the first house is aligned. The first, second, and third house is aligned with someone that's self-employed. Now, first house is yourself. Second house is what you value and what you possess. Third house is your neighbors. That's a self-employed person. Just from natal chart. I mean, just from astrological standpoint. When we jump to the I quadrant, you got the fourth, fifth, and the sixth house. We know fifth house is speculation. Fifth house is investing. Fourth house, most people that invest are doing it from their homes, and it's private. You don't really know the investors. And then it's in sixth house. It's opposite the 12th house, which is the institutions. Fifth house people or the investors service the institutions, the opposition. As we move forward, we go to the 7th through the 9th. The 9th house is where you will find a CEO. The 8th house is where you will find the actual business owner or the person behind the scenes that's calling the shots, opposite someone that's self-employed. And then you go to the 7th house, and that's where one-on-one business is done. That's where all partnerships is made. and you continue on, go from 10th to 11. I mean, 10th through 12. The 12th is institution, so we know that's where employees go inside of big institutions, big, extremely big businesses. 11th house, groups, associations, and everybody that's an employee is focused on their career. Fact. So just naturally throwing the house system there, where you see employee, self-employed, investor, and business owner, kind of gives you an idea of the mindsets of these people. So for me, I got a lot of planets all over the place, but naturally some other people may have planets that, if you're an employee and you like to work for people, you'll probably have a lot of planets there. If you're a business owner and you like to do business, you'll probably have a lot of planets in those quadrant houses. But the way in which the quadrants are broken down, they're broken down into elemental states. You know, and it's all about what makes a person comfortable. You know, what was comfortable for me was reading books and applying things that I've learned. What may be comfortable to somebody else may be going to work for somebody to learn the skill in order to advance themselves. But all of this is about how we better ourselves. Whether we're an employee or an investor, it's all about how you can better yourself. I heard the guy say that he wasn't really familiar with investing. That's okay. That may not be your thing. You may not be heavy 5th house, 6th house, 4th house, but you may be a hell of a self-employed individual. And that's cool. Putting forth your effort towards self-employment. None of the quadrants are wrong. They all benefit one another, and everybody needs each other. But finding out what it is you want out of life and how you can align what you want with each quadrant and what you do best is what I think people should start putting their focus towards, if we all have an understanding of the quadrants themselves.
And I would say, like, your ascendant is like self-employed, which would indicate that we're all self-employed, meaning we're employed to self, meaning self-preservation is the number one rule to life, you know, taking care of yourself. And really that 12th house to first house is really important, where our fears are being employees and having a job, but we attract that shit at the same time, you know, and that's really Pisces. That's really the 12th house. So actually doing the investigations through the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th houses, which is alchemy, right? The shit that scares you, being a business owner, being an investor. I don't know about owning shit. I don't know about having people work for me. I don't know about investing, because I have a relationship. In the book, it indicates that a person don't want to be an investor because they're scared to lose money. However, they don't mind buying pointless, worthless shit, which is interesting, right? And also you can be rich or poor in all 4 quadrants. So choosing a quadrant is not an indication if you're going to be rich or poor or nothing like that, just based upon the book. It actually indicates you actually understanding all 4 quadrants and really exercising all of those demons or doing the actual work. And then, you know, financial freedom. That's kind of what I'm actually hoping that we can accomplish at a base level and understand some financial literacy. And of course, we're opening up the door, so to speak, and we don't know what's inside of the room. However, we do need some goals. So I'm going to open the floor up, ask everybody to be respectful. And if you want to chime in, but, you know, sorry to interrupt you, but, you know, or whatever the case may be, but unmute yourself, speak up, mute yourself back. But what are some of y'all financial goals? And I know I ain't there yet. You know, I'm just here to learn and this, that, and the third, but learning is one thing, but actually having a goal. So if you plan on being in this group 8 weeks from now, I'm gonna be like, Jazz, what's up with that chicken business? You know what I'm saying? Honcho, what's up with that trucking on the East Coast that you said? And I'm gonna let y'all know my goals is to buy property with my business, you know, and that's really what I've been actually researching. That's one of my goals to actually do, buy some property strictly with my business. So that's my goal. I'm putting my shit out there. So 8 weeks from now, y'all can, you know, bum rush me like, what's up, hood? You bought anything lately?
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Don't bum rush me in 8 weeks. Give me more. Give me a little longer than 8 weeks.
What's your progress though? You know?
Look, I got you. I'm with you. Yeah, we got 8 weeks. Jeez.
I ain't saying you can progress in 8 weeks now. I ain't saying that it got to be complete. I'm saying you could have done some shit in 8 weeks now.
Facts.
Especially now.
Right, exactly.
Especially
We
now.
hiring
Right
on
now,
the
right now is like pivotal. Right now
Indeed.
it's pivotal for mindset, getting that mind right, getting your body right. Like it's pivotal right now. You have nothing but time, and how you look, what everything you've done is going to openly be shown on the other side of this.
I completely agree with you, Lakeisha.
So
Even my
some
kids,
of y'all
my kids will tell you the
goals?
same thing. Like I'm even on my kids.
Indeed. Babe, you got the phone. What's some of y'all goals though? Like, I'll put it. Don't you know? Put it out there. What are y'all? Some of y'all things. You don't gotta say everything, but what are some of the things that y'all trying to learn and implement and apply with this process? Because everybody here, you know, you should be at least trying to apply or bring some change in your life financially. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't no shame. Ain't no judgment. It's just all trying to better your situation. So, what's some of the goals, ladies?
For me, it's learning how to wholesale houses. That's the main thing I've been trying to look into here lately.
Maxwell. Max Maxwell. Go Google Max Maxwell. See YouTube Max Maxwell, and listen to Max Maxwell's videos.
Could you give us some more context, please?
Max Maxwell.
Max Maxwell.
Yeah.
Max Maxwell teaches wholesale real estate.
There you go. That's all you got?
Yeah, I mean, we could go deeper into it, but I prefer to let Max.
Let's go deep, bro. We here now. You know what I'm saying? Might as well go deep now. This is the book club, bro.
Well, look at this. Don't give too much. Don't give too much, because then that's kind of a crutch. It keeps you from going to look up for yourself. So
that's why I said Max Maxwell.
Max Maxwell, what is he? Give us something.
He is a real estate investor. He teaches Black people how to invest in real estate, wholesaling single family homes and wholesaling multifamily homes.
Max Maxwell.
I do not do real estate. I am dependent on you people who are doing real estate to come up so that when I have a bunch of cash, y'all can tell me what to do with it.
1,000. And that's what we're trying to do. So say, for instance, you have real estate goals and things of that nature. Let's develop those real estate goals by becoming financial literate, and then, you know, putting yourself on accountability through the group. Like, you know, what's up? Oh, I ain't been working on my business. I ain't been working on my financial freedom. Like, my ex is really getting on my nerves. Like, come on, sis. Come on, bro. Like, you know, just I feel like having these actual goals and having the support to kind of talk you through them will actually give you the money or the resources to get to that point. So I'm here for y'all.
I'm even doing some investing. I'm even doing some investing right now. Like, I haven't worked in 3 weeks. So I have no money coming in, but at the same time, what I do have, I'm wise with it. So if I'm able to put my money, invest in something right now that I know that's going to catapult me to where I need to be on the other side, you know what I mean? Or the potential to, that's what I'm looking into doing.
Invest in your education.
That's Skillshare. Skillshare, $16 a month and free for the first 2 months.
Invest in your education, because the one thing that I've learned over all of these years, I'm 29, I'll be 30 the next month. Like, I've been doing business for a long time, and nothing pays more than the education, because it's something that you get that can't nobody take from you. So you walk into rooms in different realms where you exhort a different type of confidence because you've been educated and experienced. So
Right.
investing,
And I know I
like,
understand that education is not necessarily traditional, but it can be
not at all.
non-traditional as well.
Nah, it's a webinar. It's a, you know what I'm saying? It could be a book. It could be paying somebody to give you advice. Like I pay people all the
Right.
I pay people all the time to tell me what they did. Like real shit. If you did something that I want to learn how to do,
So that would be mentorship.
Exactly. So all of these things is like right now when you don't know what to do, it's more so best to invest in your education because that shit can be free. It can be free depending on how diligent you are with investing in your time. Like, are you spending your time researching everything you can about what it is you want to do or what it is you're trying to figure out you want to do? Like, how are you spending your time?
Real quick. What are the first steps to trading Forex? Like what platform do you trade Forex on?
You need to, I would advise people to get into IML. I'm not even gonna lie to you. IML is a network marketing company that sells a training program that teaches you how to trade foreign exchange. Foreign exchange is extremely difficult because, for one, a person has to alter their understanding of money and understand that trading is an emotional game. It's not a physical game. It's an emotional game. Traders win based off emotions. All of these things are taught in that trading course. I advise people to go into a trading course with any foreign exchange company that's offering trading courses that's affordable to your liking and learn it, because you're not going to do that shit well and you're going to lose all of your money if you don't know how to do it yourself, period.
So IML is a good trading course, and then also do research on training things of that nature to get you familiar with the platform. Don't just jump in like
Don't
you about
just
to
jump
take
in.
a swim.
Yeah, you're going to lose. Like right out the gate, you're going to lose. Period. Like that's a fact. It's not even, that's guaranteed. You're not going to, like, even if you win, you're going to lose because you don't know how you won.
What about Baby Pips?
I think that is a great site for people to go to learn how to do it for free. The difference between getting into IML and doing it yourself is you have other people with experience that is going to walk you through that process to teach you how to do it. They're gonna do everything in their power to teach you how to trade. They're gonna send you and push you through the training courses so that you can learn how to trade. And they're basically gonna hold your hand for you to pay them money to do so. Or if you have the discipline to learn it on your own, Baby Pips is the best place to go because it's free. Also, Forex.com and Trading View. Trading View, if you add Trading View, Baby Pips, and Forex.com together, you can learn it by yourself.
All right, what about, I'm just reading the chat now, what about commodities training? Because we just get in a financial literacy vocabulary.
Foreign exchange, commodities trading, they're all the same thing.
Okay.
They're all the same thing. So you could trade gold for different currencies. You could buy into different currencies on these particular platforms, on these retail trading platforms. But there's regulation behind that too. So it's just, that's why I say it's better that you go and learn whatever you're gonna go and do, so that you could become a master at that, and then you can make your money from what you've learned, than to just throw yourself out there to say, okay, I want to go do this. That, like anything you do, you can't get into astrology or any of the spiritual sciences half-assing it. So anything that you do, you got to really be diligent about learning it.
Right.
Real estate included. Like real estate,
indeed,
there are so many ways to make money in real estate that it is insane, but it's not explained to us in that manner. We only think that we can get money with real estate by buying and selling, when that is not the case. You could get money in real estate just from referrals. Thousands of dollars from referrals, minimum thousands of dollars from referrals, just by being informed. So that's why I go, and I'm saying this. I'm saying this because the best thing that everyone can do here is to gain as much knowledge about whatever field they want to get into and become a master and a specialist. So that when we all sit down at the mastermind table, you're a specialist at what you bring to the table. When we all have money, or when we all are specialists, then we can all bring our specialties to project to do several different things at once as a collective. But it requires a bunch of specialists. If you just dabbling in what you do, you're not really relevant as what you think. But if you're a master in your craft, then we can sit 3-4 different masters in a room and develop a master plan to make, if money is our goal, then make a shit ton of money. But everybody needs to be sharp.
The idea of being sharp though is kind of reading and learning and being persistent with the group application, because a part of it is a accountability where you can live in your own world and do your own thing, but you got to be real to be like, all right, I want to be told, I want to be um I want to be checked in a certain way. Like I want people to check on me rather than, let me know that I'm continuing in the wrong direction. So the idea is like, okay, we can start something and we can listen to this video on YouTube a year from now. You know what I'm saying? And we can have these particular conversations. However, we just got to love to learn something new, and if you able to learn something new and apply new things into your life, and really set goals and reach those goals and have support within those goals to like reach out to find mentorship, referrals, real estate, stock market, foreign exchange, however you plan to get it, it's going to be a new thing. But, just see the future in it,
Then we all get to play in the 7th and the 6th house. All of us. Because everybody's skilled everywhere else. And those are the 2 houses where you sitting in the business and the investor quadrant.
And
I definitely have to learn astrology.
A person said that money is not the goal, and the goal for this is not money. The goal is financial literacy, like learning the language of money. Like if you do not learn the language of money, then when we discuss these things, it'll be like, the like it's some biblical thing, like the root of money, the root of evil is money and things of that nature. Like, of course, but we would learn Spanish if we was in Spain. So why we in fucking America? So if you don't know the language of money in this country, fuck your English. Like, like you just do not know the language of what's happening around you. So we hear every week or every 3 days. I don't know, but I just feel like this conversation just needs to be had. But this conversation ain't going to be resolved in one, Zoom meeting. I see it years down the line of kind of untangling some of these cords, some of these blockages to just learning finances, or having a financial language. And just like Concho said, 4 of us sit at the table and talk strictly finances, and that'll be. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, excuse me. I said another thing is that the spiritual aspect of it too, though, which is poverty consciousness, breaking poverty consciousness off your mind and everything. And the video that you did was called Blue Magic. When you talked about anything, then you're not moving towards your soul because you're not doing what your soul needs to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so my thing is that after this Rona situation, it just gives me a different mindset with money and financial literacy, because first it was like a big house and a basement. Now it's just like, shit, what is, after this illusion is over with, how do I view money now? How do I view financial freedom now?
Right.
I want to start this restaurant, but then do I want to have the overhead of people coming in, sitting down and be worried about that, and then or the flexibility to be able
Corona.
to go
It's a different thing for owning a restaurant now. You got to think about the Corona now, So
yeah. So, I'm just, like I said, taking notes on what financial literacy means. I want to respect money and just go back to that spiritual aspect of breaking all that poverty consciousness off of my mind. And then looking at the video.
But to be literate, then
Go ahead.
something is to be free,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be literate. You know what I mean? To have financial literacy brings about freedom. You know what I mean? Because it's an expansion.
mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
And we talk about a lot of different things, you know. So I just feel like it's gonna be that energy. And not to say, I'm just really speaking to myself. It's gonna be that energy that says, you know, the root of all evil is money, because that kind of loop is there. So in order to gain literacy is actually fighting against that loop for myself, because a lot of it is deservedness and worthiness and things of that nature. Like sometimes you can intuitively not feel like you even able to manifest $1 million, you know. And it was kind of crazy because even in reading a book, like the beginning chapter is literally what I'm going through right now. Like the first, like him and his wife living in the basement and things of that nature. Like I have a home in Ohio, and I'm really thinking like, do I want to go back to it, or do I just want to stay here and think like this book? So it's like I'm personally going to read this book, you know, and talk about this book. And what would be the frequency for which y'all think y'all could read this book and then discuss it? Is it a weekly thing? Every three
I
days
think
since we on quarantine? Like what is the
I
what's
mean,
the mathematics?
we personally off paid free for the next 2.5 weeks, so we could do this as long as many days as you want.
I'm with it. I mean, every couple days, I'm for it, because I mean, I'm reading it every day.
Right.
let's do
That's
it
what
when
I
the
was
moon's in
thinking.
earth signs.
But
And
to add
air
on to
signs.
something,
Go ahead.
that you said just a minute ago, Mystic, was when you said about the root of money is evil. I mean, the love
Mhm.
of money is evil. You know,
Right.
that right there is a subconscious programming that we've been taught. You know what I mean, as children. So we come up believing that we're not worthy of something because evil has been tied to it. And I
Right.
know for me, that's kind of where I was too, even when I was married, you know, thinking that to be successful and to have money was an evil thing. You know,
Right.
it's shunned upon. But
Right.
then if you when I was like truly in scriptures, um when I would go back and think about it, it was like, but at the same time, it's like it's telling me that I should be abundant. So
Right.
I didn't know how to be abundant because the thing that I thought was abundance, I was told was evil.
Right.
So that's
Money
a
is ruled.
program.
Money is ruled by the moon, and like I said earlier, like that's emotions. So as soon as we
Right.
start talking about money, like everybody emotional state of being
Emotional.
come up.
Yes,
Mhm. Yeah.
definitely. I agree.
So
But
like
I
whether
think, but I
if
think,
your
I
emotional
think
state of being is mature about money or is careless. If as soon as everybody get their money for whatever stimulus package we finna get, I guarantee the emotions rise.
Mhm.
Right. That was Rich Dad Poor Dad. He said there's two emotions that are tied to when people get money.
It's
Mhm.
like a
but
full
I think
moon. As soon as you
I
get
think
it,
when I think when people are actually at that cusp of doing the work and deciding that they want to make that change, there is a difference between being able to turn that faucet off, like that emotional faucet, because some of these emotional ties that people have to money are directly tied to specific family members or specific
Beliefs.
times where you need, yes, exactly, where you needed that money and things had to come through and it didn't come through. Like I mean, think about it like this on this level. If if you're growing up in the projects and your mom could barely pay the bills, but you go out there and get it another way and you bring it back and she won't accept the money. You understand?
Right.
Like
Right. Right. Right.
that's
Right.
telling you, like, no matter what you do, no matter what you're trying to risk yourself to do to protect us and protect this, I'm not going to accept that. But everything that is built is stolen. You
Mhm.
understand? It's like it's difficult for some people to turn that off. And I think having these kind of conversations with certain people,
Period. I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
that's just not an emotional decision that needs to be made, but you're emotional about it.
Right, right. And that's a major key, that emotional part. Like, so I guess that's what I was trying to speak to, and that's just it just kind of y'all made it make sense. So, and this is part of the continuation of having these meetings and having these conversations. And then once the quarantine is lifted, maintaining these conversations till you reach your goals or until you're able to get to a point where you're able to say that was the beginning and this is the turning point to my manifestation. But it really takes some support to actually get there. So that's kind of where this purpose is. So if you interested in joining this group, all of these people here is on the Slack, and this is how they got invited to this live. So if you interested, www.hoodmystic.com, the support tab, and then join the Slack, and you will be invited. If that doesn't work for you and you want a personal invitation, email me at hoodmystic@gmail.com. Say, bro, I want to join the Slack, and I'll just send you an invite, personal invite, and you'll be added. So I just wanted to add that to the family that's watching this live. And yeah, man, very powerful, powerful stuff, man. We dealing with some things. So where are we at now? So we decided that we'll meet in the next couple of days. So today is Friday. So
Your hood.
Go ahead.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that one of my particular goals was actually something around in this area in which
Go ahead.
I feel like a lot of the work done in the new AKA subconscious community and a lot of things that you guys do and all of the knowledge that is coming out there that is actually sincere and genuine. I believe there's a way for people to create a monopoly system that goes both ways, where the people that are getting the information that is real key to them, they pay for that information, and the people that are giving out the knowledge and helping them connect the dots, they get paid for their time. They get paid for their appreciation. You understand? Because
Yeah. Like
I
a
think
school,
the
a
work that you
school.
do, like the work Panic does, the work that all of you guys, I think that shit is crucial. But I think what happens is we have a lot of egos out here that have to compete. A
Yeah.
lot of people that have to feel like, well, I got this information first and I said it first, and it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that old style bickering going. It's real corny, but it's a
Right.
lot of it still going on behind the surface. I
Right.
just think the real information that you continue to put out, Dream continues to put out, Panic puts out, etc. Like that information is crucial. And I know you guys get compensated for it on all kinds of levels. But if we could put that on a more broader, like narrow network, like that would
Yeah.
be key, I think.
Yeah. Any assistance in that goal would be deeply appreciated. And, if we can look at this thing a year from now and continue and build and flesh upon that idea, that'll be monumental, because what you say, and it sounds like a school, and that's just, normal shit. It ain't about being a poor righteous teacher. It's about becoming wealthy because you presenting something of value. So that's a righteous goal, bro. That's righteous.
I'm down with the school.
I mean, I just think a lot of the things that we're talking about right here, the key component we're talking about is emotion, right? And I think the necessary component that needs to be brought next to that would be healing. A lot of these people don't know that their trauma healing needs to be healed before they can go out and say, hey, I want to be a baller. Hey, I want to
Right.
get this money. I got to get
Right.
this bag. Like
Right.
you get into a bag without a purpose.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like my uncle used to say, are you doing this for a cause or for the cause? And I never forgot that. So like most of these people are doing stuff in general and don't even know why they're doing it. And then when you give them an alternative, you're the enemy. So like I think it's key that they know what's important. That's all. Sorry.
No, you good. I appreciate that share, bro. I really do appreciate that share. And it's really important that we have the emotional things that rise up in this thing, which is the idea that I don't even want to do this shit. I don't want to talk about this money shit. This shit is stupid, or whatever the case may be. Emotional reactions to kind of throw you out and kind of displace you from your goals. So I just want to get a kind of breath of people's goals so I can be that person to remind you. And I just want to bring awareness to Kai. Kai is the A63. She reached out to me on Slack. Kai, can you say what's up? You unmuted now.
Hey
Kai,
everybody.
okay, you was at work, so I wasn't gonna impress you. So I just wanted to, bring your awareness here. And you've been listening the whole time, but haven't said much. Can you give us kind of like some information or feedback or, insight to what you've been hearing, and just want to get your perspective and opinion on things?
I'm just absorbing everything because everything is really fairly new to me, even to me starting my own business. So I'm just listening.
And that's dope. And hopefully you can make, but just having a constant contact or just saying what's up, or just having feedback and things of that nature is always important. And when you feel the need to speak up, we all going to pay attention and listen to it, because that's what we all here to do, is here to learn. So hopefully people have been taking notes. Hopefully people can tap in. It's an audio book to this book. So if you just want to listen to it, you can listen to it. It's a free PDF. All of this information is located in the Slack. And we've been talking for about an hour, and I just kind of want to just, finish up or tie in with anybody that want to, say some things, or, bring in some finishing words. I'm thinking either Sunday or Monday. So, with that, people send a vote of when should we do the next video, or when should we talk about this again. And we could go live with it and talk about it. And I'm figuring like discussing 2 to 3 chapters. So, get your read on, read, take your
Right.
notes and bring something to the table,
Take
whatever
notes.
you got within your notes. That's what we going to really talk about. So the next time we talk, we just going to be referencing our notes. Read 2 to 3 to 4 chapters, whatever you come. Everybody read at different speeds, got different responsibilities. So, we're not going to take all day with these books. We're going to read this book, and after this book, we're going to read another book, and after that book, we're going to read another book. So we just going to kind of deal with it while we're here, So yeah, everybody kind of chime in with some final notes and things of that nature.
Man, I just appreciate everybody bringing that information. I'm humbled by this situation. They say be humble by your soul, and by like when you acknowledge your soul, you humble. And I think that one thing I haven't done is been able to acknowledge the collective. And I'm just humbled by y'all coming together. And like I said, I'm gonna write my notes down. My goal is for it's not to be about me, but to be about all of us and everybody included, though, that's willing to vibe on the same frequency. So it's not just one person saying, because I made one video for myself though. I was like, I'm a millionaire. I just kept saying this to myself so I can put it in my mind. And I changed that shit. I erased it and I said, we are, because it's not just about me. And even if we personally don't make it there, let's personally make it to financial freedom though. It may be different for somebody, because it would be $1 million for somebody in one place, but it's like $200,000 for somebody in another place. So let's just constantly get to that place where all of us are
Financially free.
financially free. And that's different for everybody. So I just thank you for opening up this platform and shit. I'm going to be diligent and consistent with it. Now that I have my mind moving in the right direction with like-minded people, and that's where I'm going though, man. It's not about me, but it's about somebody. I think Jay-Z said my whole team ball. You know what I mean? So it's not just. It's sad to get to a place and be like, well, I'm here. What about it? So I want grandkids from this group to be cool. You know what I mean? Like 20 years from now. Like even, you know what I mean? Like that's how I want it to be though. So like I said, I'm just humbled to be here, and I thank you for opening this platform,
You
man.
gotta understand it.
No doubt. It's my pleasure. I'm just happy y'all here. Shit. I was expecting to be talking to myself. So I'm just, in that space. I'm just happy that y'all here, and I'm just hoping, that we can grow and this conversation can expand, because ain't nobody here talking about data leader or nothing like that. It's just everybody here trying to get financial literate so we can be financially free. And that's the purpose of this group, and discussing it through literature of people who actually have done it, you know, Robert Kiyosaki said he was a millionaire in 4 years, and I like that type of thinking. You know, I'm in that position, so go ahead.
We're in an awesome position right now. Hello.
So just moving forward, the one thing that I can say before we get off is, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, it was Kai here, and then Lakeisha was kind of breaking up. So Lakeisha, you can go, and then Kai, you could go right after her.
I was just listening.
Okay.
Mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. And we have to be intentional. You can say it's what you want, but it's what you're willing to do. That's mainly what I got from the first chapters, from the preface, from the introduction. I got that it was about being intentional. And so with that being said, we just have to be intentional. Right about now, you should be minimizing all of your distractions to get to where you need to be. Period. And there's no other way to look at it. It's period.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just doing what's necessary. Let's set a new standard.
Yeah, let's do something different. You know,
I like how you talking. I really do.
Me too.
That's how I live. How you talking? You just got to do it.
Right, and having a group is the actual support, because some people is like, you know, I don't want to do it, or I'm afraid to do it, or something bad gonna happen if I do it. But the group is like, no, do it. You know, you're gonna be all right. You know, it's cool to invest. You know, it's cool to boss up in your life and, you know, take control of your circumstances by doing the paperwork and filling out the forms necessary, or getting the knowledge of Forex and things of that nature. It ain't gonna hurt you. So beautiful share. I appreciate that, Lakeisha. Honcho, what's good, bro?
Man, I'm glad everybody got on. Everybody who did participate, I'm glad y'all was on here. I hope that y'all learned something. My biggest thing is I want to see some results. Yeah. So, like, you know how I am, man. I'm result focused. So in 6 months, I'm what we say, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We gonna all check on each other and see the results. In a year, we gonna see the results. We gonna see how far everybody get. I'm results based kind of individual. So I really want to see how many people gonna stick around, how many people gonna stay in the meetings, how many people gonna show up and read the books. Like, you know, to me, it's about the daily practices. Like, you know what I'm saying, whatever you're doing in your day-to-day life is what's gonna be produced. Like whatever fruit you've been bearing is what you're gonna keep bearing. So whatever you're doing day to day is what's important. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody just staying focused and completing, you know what I'm saying, whatever goals you set. It's not really so much about the goal, but you know what I'm saying, as we reach the goals, the processes, we'll start to appreciate the processes more.
Yeah, indeed. And it's a beautiful thing to just say, you know, because, you know, like you said, I think what I was just going to say is that it's not the destination, it's the journey. So the journey of financial literacy is just what I'm on. And it's never a point of just like, all right, I got 1 million, fuck y'all. Like, it's just more or less of just trying to to continue this journey and just to spread this knowledge, because, you know, it's important, I think, especially now, you know, especially now. If we never had the opportunity to sit and learn this shit now, you know, because you be busy working, this, that, and the third, and you like, I get to it when I can get to it. Nah, fuck that. Like, now is the time. So, yeah. Anybody else want to share before we hop off here?
So, like, when you realize, I guess, owning your own power, and then you get to be around people in a community of like minds, and you finally get a reason where you think, or you believe, and you close to know that you can trust that you're doing it for a reason as opposed to just doing it. I'm inspired. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. I'm inspired to continue to read and take notes. You know, that's where I'm at. And I appreciate you being here, Rock, because, you know, our journey is a little different. or the reason why we here at the same place and time is a little different. So, and I feel that with everybody, is there's a reason for these kind of conversations. So if we're able to really get the money not money in his crudest form, but resources, networking, support, able to sit at the table and make boss moves and do major things. It's not going to come overnight, but it comes in building that respect in those relationships. So this is an excellent step for a lot of people that I just know before this group, but now it's like we can continue to take that walk in a different manner. So it's beautiful.
Yo, FYI, Builders Rain, we run a consultation company. So man, anybody wanting to start a business, y'all more than welcome to hit us up. We'll run a free consultation for everybody on here. But we do consult people on starting their businesses, creating strategic plans, and actually incorporating you and getting you going. So hit us up.
How you get in contact with you?
Instagram.
Okay. And the Instagram
at Builders Rain.
Okay, cool.
I ain't.
What's your name on Instagram?
Builders Rain. Like rain, like
REIGN.
Correct.
Oh, Builders Brain.
Rain. REIGN.
Okay, I said it.
Yeah, you said it right the first time. Yep.
Gotcha.
All right.
Inboxes, we'll get you personal numbers and we'll go from there. But my goal with this is to really make sure that you guys actually start your businesses and become profitable. So it's longer than just a 6 week or 6 month period. We want to see businesses not only just get off the ground but actually become profitable.
1,000. Speaking of profits, I got some profit sharing to do with you and Shireen after we get out this call. So yeah. Yeah. I just want to say, I think we kind of wrapping up, and I just want to say, like, it's real important because I know people think that people just be talking about shit, but no, me, Shireen, Hancho, we actually came out with a book just by talking every day, so when we present these opportunities, whether it's Slack or whether it's these group calls, I'm really hoping that we can link and talk and build towards something, because what we could build by ourselves is great, but what we could build with each other is phenomenal, so
but and listen to what he said. He said he got a check. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we about to break bread. Like we about to really break bread. I'm about to send money to him and Shireen because of the work that we did together. And that's just, it ain't $1 million, but it's about to be. You feel me? Like it will be.
Already.
So, you just got to understand these processes and, being integral with your people and breaking bread and sharing money and, doing all of this shit at the ground level, because a lot of times it could be like, oh, I just make money, I'm an employee, I take care of myself. But see yourself sending out cash apps to people, see yourselves making deposits in people's bank accounts because they done helped you make more money than, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about working together. And so if we have these relationships and conversations over time, we'll make money together, but we just got to be on the same page and that same wavelength. And Slack, if anybody interested in joining the Slack, email me and just say, I want to join the Slack. That's all you got to say. And you join, you get the invitation. You might have to download an app. You don't have to download an app if you're on a computer, but if you're on the phone, you got to download an app. But, we talking, we building, we discussing things. You find out some shit, we shooting the shit. We doing all types of things. And we ain't on Facebook and Instagram. We ain't monitored. It's just you can do direct messages. So all types of relationships is built on that platform and continue. We need you to join it. So email me. I want to join the Slack. You'll be joined. Lakeisha, you was about to say something? Lakeisha?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Okay.
All right. I'm jumping in and out.
All right, cool. Well, we can continue this on the Slack family. I'm going to end this video for now. Nobody said whether they want to meet Sunday or Monday. I'm going to just shoot for Monday around the same, Sunday, because that's more of a chill day. Or I'll just let y'all know in the Slack when we're going to do it. I'm going to talk to Hancho because he said something about an air sign. So we'll see the astrological things. And like, I think Lakeisha said she wanted to learn astrology. So we can open up this Zoom platform to talk about astrology as well. And
Yeah, I'm
things
sorry,
that,
not sorry. I do live astrology, so like I really be trying to align everything with everything. It's a habit. My bad.
oh
That's
no,
a
it's
great
cool.
habit.
It's cool because everything. I mean, we all are stars, you know, and so that's just where we at. So we can discuss this. You know, we can create a Zoom in the Slack where we just talking about astrology. So if Honcho got time or whatever your specialty is, you know, you can open up a Zoom because the Zoom platform is open within the Slack. And you can just start a Slack or you can start a Zoom, rather, a video conference, and just shoot the shit. It's like Instagram Live, but you ain't doing dumb shit. So, you know, utilize the platform, utilize the Slack, build relationships, spiritual, business, you know, personal, even personal relationships have been kindled from these actual networks. So, you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I just want to thank everybody for watching, everybody for tuning in.
Facts.
Everybody tuning in. And I'll see everybody on the flip side. I'll see everybody in the Slack. And we'll either come back Monday or Sunday to discuss the additional chapters. So everybody get their read on. We doing the Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. On the Slack, there is the PDF. There's the video format, so you don't gotta buy nothing if you don't
Robert
want to.
Kiyosaki, bro. You my brother, bro. And you Robert Kiyosaki.
I mean, they know what I'm saying, bro. It don't matter. And you know the fuck I'm talking about. The person who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. fuck pronouncing. I ain't pronouncing shit. Motherfuckers come to me, Kiri, Keefe. Like, do you see an F in my name, motherfucker? Kai fucking Reed. That's easy. I ain't pronouncing shit ever in my life. However it look is how.
Good. We all need to go together.
That Kiri, fuck, where did you get Kiri from? Anyway, everybody have a great and wonderful day. And yeah, let's get back on the Slack and let's build. Shout out to you, Jazz, Ra, Kevin, Lakeisha, Kai, everybody who showed up and showed out. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. And
Peace.
I appreciate it.
Peace out.
Peace.